All right, we good? Can you guys hear me? I would hope so. Hey guys, hello! It is Big Jack Films here, and welcome to another live stream. And yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it, since we did our last one? It's been pretty crazy. So I'm gonna just kind of give you guys a bit of an update on the channel, as well as some changes that are gonna be happening. Along with we actually got some fan mail here that we're hopefully gonna open. And yeah, so first of all, massive apologies, guys, for not being able to basically give you guys the streams. Basically, like, I haven't been able to do much, and there's a couple reasons for that. First and foremost, I've been extremely busy. I have been busy very much with Mummy Month, which, by the way, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, that was a great hit for us. It was something we really needed, because the last few episodes and the last few months have actually been very a bit of a struggle for us when it comes to ad revenue, because the algorithm has been extremely crazy, and this is our full-time job. So for anybody who watched Mummy Month, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we got some more content coming. We got 2 more episodes to work on for the rest of the year, and one of which we're actually going to be editing. So there will be spoilers in this editing episode. It's kind of like a let's play, but you just get to see me edit my videos. But yeah, we got 2 more happening. Second of all, the other reason I have not been able to do streams, I just have not had the energy to do it, to set it up, to get it all going. But that's about to change. I want to get more out there for you guys. We're going to try to hit Wednesdays, Thursdays-ish. There's not really a consistent plan. It's just when I feel like it. So even then, if you guys want to see me edit my projects, we're going to be doing that. Third reason, we've been actually considering it. We don't know exactly how to do it yet, but we're going to work on it very slowly. We want to do Twitch. And we think Twitch is actually really picking up steam, and we would really like to jump on there. So I am on Twitch following a lot of people, and I do comment on their posts, and I do follow them. So if you guys want to find me on Twitch, it's Big Jack Films 1992. If you want to join me there. But again, I'm not have anything active yet. I don't have anything planned yet. I got to figure out how all the tech works on Twitch, but that will be coming down the line, hopefully. So those are the main reasons why I have not been able to do live streams. I've just been so busy and so kept up with work. And even then, guys, it has been struggling. Financially, we have actually been taking a bit of a hit. And even like the holidays and stuff, even keeping the roof up here, it has been difficult. And so for anybody who watches our videos, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. For anybody who supports us on Patreon, thank you so much. You keep the lights on here for us for as much as it is. And along with, just, if you want to continue helping us, share our videos, get more subscribers. Let's get up there. We really want to keep making more content for you guys, and that is a given. And with that being said, when it comes to live streams, we're going to be making a few minor changes. Another thing I should also be pointing out is that if videos aren't coming in much or being padded out with other content creators, I've actually reached out to a few people to help pad the channel. That is because it's gotten to the point I have to look for a second job, just a primary job over the holidays. So that is a given of what's been happening as well. So just bear that in mind. Just prep yourself. Other than that, we are actually going to do a few changes regarding the live streams. Another reason why I haven't done it, because it's a lot of people on the chat. We've got so many people joining us on our live streams. It's not even funny. It's pretty crazy. So in order to keep consistency, and in order to not only keep us active to keep doing live streams, we got a couple of changes happening. So I'm going to pull them up right here. I had set these up. Bear in mind, some of these follow Linkara's live streams. I am taking a little bit of a nod from him, because he pretty much knows how to monitor them. I don't have any moderators on this one, so just bear with me. So here are the rules regarding the stream. Let me just get full screen here. Okay, here I am. Sorry about that. We got a few rules regarding live streams. So for right now, given our current economic situation, we are only going to be answering super chat questions and comments for now. This is only because we do need the finances to keep moving and to keep us going, because ad revenue has been a nightmare. And on top of that, it's just they keep us motivated to keep doing live streams. So just for now, until we can pick ourselves back up, answers and questions, depending on what they are and so on, will only be for super chats. Basically, if you donate $1 or more, you can pretty much we'll answer a question and comment in the stream, only because we just, yeah, it's just economically has been pretty much a struggle. Rule number 2, no personal or inappropriate questions, guys. We get a lot of those occasionally, but we do want to keep those kind of off the table. So that's another thing. Rule number 3, please be respectful of myself, others in the chat, and each other. We've had a couple of run-ins with our live streams where a lot of people would be arguing with each other back and forth. So please just, if there's an issue, just drop it. Don't talk about it, and so on. So that's just the 3rd rule. The 4th rule, do not probe the rules to find our tolerance level. We get a lot of requests. We get a lot of people asking us what to talk about. We get a lot of stuff, and so on. So if you guys have a request for a review, you can do so in the super chat. However, we will also do try to give our opinions on them in the super chat if that request is valid. And which follows up with the 5th rule, do not spam the chat. We have had so many people say over and over, can you review this thing? Can you review this thing? Can you review this thing? I won't stop until you answer my question. Please review this thing. We want to really try to cut that down. And because it just makes it a chore, essentially, and we don't want to do that. So please do not spam the chat. You get, I would say you get 3 chances to ask that question, to get a repeat question. But after 3 strikes, please do not do any more. So if you don't answer it, if I don't answer it, I do apologize in advance. So just remember that, guys. We get a lot of people with those. And then finally, the 6th rule, failure to comply with all 5 above, banned. And I know that's terrible, but it's like, we do need to keep things a little bit under control. I am planning to get moderators for these live streams, hopefully down the line. So that way there'll be a bit more consistency. But if you guys that's just how it's got to be. We definitely got to do. Razorblade is in the chat. I will say that Razorblade is a great talent, guys. Go subscribe to him. He wants me to review The Thing. I might do that at some point. Maybe we can do a collab together, man. That would be great. I only watched that movie recently. But just as a prime example, if I get questions like that from people I don't know, please make sure it's super chat. Just to keep our finances up and keep the roofs over our heads. So any super chat, $1 or more, we really appreciate it, guys, on our ends, because yeah, it's just economically, Canada has been taking a massive hit. So there's essentially that. With that said, I think it is time to basically open up some fan mail, because I have been a bit backlogged with fan mail. I do apologize that I have been unable to open fan mail. Again, I have been extremely busy. So there's that. So we got 2 articles of fan mail this week. There's not much, but it is something. We are actually just essentially working on a lot of stuff. So there's that. No worries, Huey. If you want to ask me a question after the stream, please do on on whatever social medias we follow. Anyway, so we got a few pieces of fan mail here. Not much, Mr. 2007. Please remember the rules. We had just gone through them. I'll just give you a quick few seconds if you want to pause this video to just take a quick little look. Just pause it here if you want. And you just got to follow those. That's all we ask. Okay, so with that being said, we have 2 pieces of fan mail. The first one is from Zachary Wren from Spanaway, WA. Is that Wisconsin? I can't tell if that's Wisconsin. And it's a really cool thing here. So we got a little piece of fan mail. I have no idea. This is a new one. So let's see what the hell happens there. And again, guys, our fan mail P.O. Box is still the same. It's Big Jack Films, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G100. If you guys want to send us stuff, letters, donations, and so on, really appreciate it. And our first super chat, again, Razorblade, thank you so much. Keep up the great work, Jack. Thank you so much. These are the kind of things we will be responding to. But again, guys, go subscribe to Razorblade. He's a really cool pick up and coming talent on YouTube, and he's got so many great videos. I'll just say this: his Don Bluth videos, I saw his Anastasia review, was absolutely phenomenal. He knows his Don Bluth in and out. I don't know, has he Razor, have you covered The Land Before Time yet? Let me know, because at some point I do want to cover that movie. But yeah, guys, go subscribe to him. He's absolutely fantastic. He's been really picking up lately. He's got a great series of reviews, and I am proud to call him a collaborator on my channel. So again, thank you, Razor Blade, so goddamn much. So anyway, moving on to, there is a letter here, and it's actually, oh wow, there's a lot. Hold on a sec. Dear Big Jack Films, Jack Buchanan, if you are reading this, I, Zachary Ren Kagami, Zachary Wren, really enjoyed your King Kong fan film, and I would like one copy on VHS. Since I enjoyed every King Kong movie, even your King Kong fan film, I'm planning to make my own King Kong fan film too. I get these kind of questions a lot, and they're absolutely wonderful. That the fact that my remake, which by the way, guys, is almost at 1 million views. Go watch it again. Spread the love. I want to try to get 1 million views before the end of the year. That would be fantastic. So there's that. And it's just great to see that my remake has actually inspired people to do the same. Since I'm putting my King Kong fan film together, I want to remake it to be something different. So I know that Kong has been captured and taken to New York, and no dinosaurs are captured with Kong. And my King Kong fan film will have Kong and dinosaurs captured and taken to New York this time, and it's going to be awesome. That is very much akin to the animated film Kong Return of the Jungle, which I do actually want to cover on its own. And you will be seeing that down the line, those two movies based on Kong, the animated series. I'm going to go back to that, and I do want to cover those films. But that's kind of funny how, like, in neither version, it's like, we have a giant gorilla, but oh, wait, there's dinosaurs on this island. Why don't we try to grab them? I think that would be a little bit more... Well, I mean, guys, what would make more money, do you think? A giant gorilla or a freaking dinosaur? I'm banking on the dinosaur, basically. So that is something definitely I really want to see in your remake. I'll give you $20. Dude, did you just give me 20 bucks? Dude, come on. Okay, well, thank you so much. We will get our fan film remake sent to you ASAP, man. Thank you so much for this. Really appreciate it. For a copy of your King Kong on VHS. Also, if my King Kong fan film is a huge success, you can give my fan film a review. I will definitely do. I want to see the final product put together. Sincerely, Zach Kagame. I hope you enjoy my fan film coming soon. Zachary, thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. We will get on that as soon as possible. In fact, let me just quickly grab something. I will be right back. One momento. All right, Zachary, where is this damn thing? God damn it. We really appreciate it, Zachary. We're going to send one of these to you in the mail. This is my Kong film on VHS. Guys, we have a backlog copies of these in our storage. If you guys want a copy, just send us a fan mail or send us something, and we'll get it to you right away. We really appreciate this, but we will get this to you, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Zachary, especially right now. Like, I want to cry. I really want to cry on this. So definitely a big thank you on that part. Also, for anybody who was here early, for those asking questions in the chat, please inform them about the rules. Really appreciate that. So, again, thank you so much, Zachary. We will get that to you as soon as possible. Really appreciated it. So, next thing we have is a second piece of fan mail by Tyler Fish of Potterstown, Pennsylvania, I think. Yeah, I think he sends us a few things. And it's really cool to get fan mail. I miss opening these up. Oh, we got some movies. Oh boy. From Tyler Fish, who would like to remain right. Anonymous. Name and address withheld. I will remember that for next time. So he sent us a couple of movies, and some of them, wow, okay. So, this guy occasionally sends us movies to do on opening nights, and we're going to definitely do more of those down the line. The first thing he actually sent us, and he actually sent us notes on them, they're Academy Award winning or nominated films. These two I have seen, And I will definitely rewatch them. I haven't seen them in years, but he sent us 2 movies that I don't even think I have copies of. First of all, he got a Spirit Stallion of the Seminar, made by DreamWorks. Now, I have actually kind of been watching a few extra DreamWorks movies. The one I really want to rewatch again is The Road to El Dorado, because I actually really liked the hell of that movie when it came out, but nobody talks about it anymore. It's much like The Prince of Egypt. And I remember seeing this in the theater and thinking it was okay. It was rather quiet for the most part because there's not much dialogue. And I remember the trailer being crazy, and they used the same piece of music from, I think, these Angels in the Outfield trailer. But I remember the trailer more than the movie itself. But yeah, I might take a look at this again. I haven't seen it since it came out, so this will be an interesting experience to take a look at. When did this come out? Let me know in the comments when this came out. When did this come out? I want to see if there's any like year this film was released. Absolutely nothing. There is no sign of releases, but it's funny because this one was it's DreamWorks, but now it's under the mantle of Universal. So this technically goes on my Universal shelf, my Universal section. So, I'll definitely take a look at this one. This might be the first one I watch. And then he also sent us a movie I'm very debated on, Rango. Now, I will cover Rango again, but I remember seeing this in the theater, and it was in a really shitty shoebox theater that unfortunately had a lot of screaming kids. It was really awful experience. And because of that, I've kind of resented this movie, and I actually thought most of the movie was kind of boring. Outside of the Clint Eastwood scene, this movie just didn't do it for me. And it's maybe probably because of my theatrical experience watching it. But I will take a look at this again just because this anonymous person, name and address withheld, did send this to us. So we will cover these probably for the next 2 opening nights. I think this would be a definite thing to do. So again, thank you so much for the fan mail, guys. We really appreciate it. You guys sending us all this stuff. And again, if you guys want to send us donations, send us letters, send us gifts, and so on, you can. So at this address, Big Jack Films, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. Any of it is appreciated. And plus, we're probably going to announce this later on, but we have an Amazon wish list as well. So we'll do that all after the stream or later on this week. We'll show you guys our Amazon wish list, essentially. If you guys want to send us stuff too, it's just there for shits and giggles. I have it for myself, so there you go. So with that being said, it is time to get back to editing reviews. We've got a big review coming out this week. Big review at this point. So before we do, for anybody joining the live stream, we have a few ground rules we want to lay down on you guys because just because we want to keep these up and we want to be a bit more motivated. So how do I get myself on here? I do not know. Let's see. Full screen layout. Let me stream. Okay, there we go. So we want to give you guys a little bit of a few ground rules when it comes to our live streams. Please respect these. If you know me on social media platforms or whatever that are friends of mine, please message me there if you have questions. So a couple of rules going down when it comes to live streams. Number 1, I'm just going to repeat these a few times. Super chat questions and comments for now, i.e. if you send us a super chat question, $1 or more, we will answer them mostly because we do need to focus on our work. This is only temporary until we can get ourselves back up. Our economics have been terrible. The YouTube algorithm has not been very beneficial to us lately. So any of that really does help and is really appreciated. Rule number 2, no personal or inappropriate questions. Rule number 3, please be respectful to the hosts, others, and each other. And please do not have debates and arguments on these platforms. Rule number 4, do not probe the rules to find our tolerance level. That means things like, obviously, the 5th question, do not spam the chat, requests and repeat of questions. You've got 3 chances. If we do not answer them, we apologize. But, we have to keep up our things going on here. And rule number 6, failure to comply to all these rules will result in bans. So please just chat with each other on the chat. We will occasionally answer questions, but we mostly want to focus on the super chats only because of our basic, our temporary, or just our economic thing. So Any of it is appreciated. Let's get to work. Okay. So, for those who are wondering who saw the Mummy 2017 review, are probably asking, man, that cliffhanger was crazy. What's gonna happen next? Like, who's this dark figure dude? What's the next review? Well, I am happy to announce that the month review, we're going back to once a month just for the last 2 episodes of the season because Mummy Month really drained us. We are doing a 30th anniversary celebration of the 1991 Steven Spielberg classic, Hook. Hook, Hook, Hook! So this is a collaboration that Sean and I, G-Teams Reborn, have been working on for quite some time, kind of discussing the movie and what we want to do. I'm just going to bring the screen here. I'm actually going to keep it a little small to avoid copyright issues. We've been talking about reviewing this movie for a while, and we figured, hey, 2021, 30th anniversary, perfect time to discuss this movie. I love the shit out of this movie. It is one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies. This review is going to be very long, so I am going to have to be focusing on the editing. For those who are actually wondering what I edit on, I use Pinnacle Studios. That is because I have been using this since, I'd say 2011, because I used to use Lego Studios, which was a really primitive software, and then I called up the company to get the next thing they had, Avid, and they have Pinnacle, and I've been using this for a while. I know it's a very kind of, a lot of people have issues with it, but I love the hell out of it. So with that being said, let's get to editing. I am going to be focused on this. I've got a nice can of Pepsi. Again, guys, remember, super chat questions only. We will answer them. But right now, you get to see the magic of editing, and it's really boring, but I will try to commentate to keep you guys entertained for the next, how long we want to do this. So let's frickin' go. So one of the things for sure is that I was just editing Sean's stuff. I'm actually going to just copy paste that. So you guys get to see the boring process of editing. Now, one thing I have learned about editing too, let me just scoot you guys over a little bit. One thing I have learned about editing is to avoid copyright issues on YouTube. The best thing to do is try to not only trim the footage, abridge it to a point where it's undetectable, but also put like bars on the footage so that it's less detectable. So there's like something that kind of blocks it off, and that will help you guys out if you're doing reviews. So there's that. So we're just going to be going through this and simming through the footage. This is just Sean talking about Wendy in the movie, played by Maggie Smith. And I think I was right here on this part where it's like, Peta, you've become a pirate. Like, yeah, and also, yeah, John Williams scores great. So what is on this part? Let's see.
Aside from her, there's also Toodles, who is...
Okay, so we got to talk about Toodles. Let's go with the footage. And if you guys, also, I'll say this, if you guys have any tips and tricks in terms of stuff, let us know when it comes to editing. That will definitely help. And if you guys are wondering, I've been also I've been doing some other projects. So if you see any like other stuff, there's that. So we want to go to find a footage of Toodles. That is for the Inuyasha vlog. That is the Peter Pan movie. I am using clips from the Disney film just to give you guys an idea of what we're talking about. So here's the Huck footage. So I have the movie. Now I should point out, whenever we review something, another tip, guys, when it comes to reviews, please make sure whenever you review a movie, please have a physical copy that you purchased, i.e. a DVD, a Blu-ray, and just so you can say, hey, I bought your product, do not come after me. That is a given. I've been learning that more and more, and that's why, in some regards, I like reviewers like Mueller, who has these really funny reviews, but the only problem is, like, I've noticed this with a couple of them, they do use a lot of cam copy footage for movies. Now, I'm kind of against that. Wait for the movie to come out on home video or streaming services before you review it. And when you have cam copies, it just takes away a lot of the experience. And even, like, look, I like Lindsay Ellis's videos, but there was one moment she used a cam copy footage from The Lion King to make a point, and she said, well, this is the only thing I could use. Well, that's still, you shouldn't be doing that if you're a professional. And I've been learning that more and more. Now, I'm no exception. I had used cam copy footage from Oz the Great and Powerful, and to this day, I really regret doing that. Even part of me wants to go back and restore that episode. But honestly, it's just one of those things where you don't want to do that. So if you do have a digital copy of the movie, please make sure you have like a physical copy of the film, just so you know what's happening. So there's that. Okay, so let's go find footage of goddamn Toodles. And so yeah, I do love Hook. I do enjoy all that stuff. It's absolutely fun. I'm just gonna scoot you guys over. It's a good movie, and so I'm really looking forward to sharing this one with you. This is going to be a very long review, so bear with that. And for those wondering about Godzilla vs. Kong, I do have plans. That will be happening at some point. Cannot say what and what is happening. So let me find. There's a shot I need of Toodles. It's snowing. I think it was, yeah, it was before all this. So I think it was somewhere where there's this thing. No, there's one scene in Hook. This scene in Hook. There's like this long, extensive shot in the house. I don't know if they shot this in the house, but it's actually pretty nifty. And yeah, here's the part. It's the joke they kept, lost. Lost what? It's like, I lost my marbles. So do you guys, can you guys hear the editing and the audio? Let me know. I'd really appreciate that. So we're just going to go and take this shot, and we're just going to drag it here, and then we're going to go, wow, that's a long, extensive shot. Like, that's the thing I love about Spielberg. He actually does know how to do that stuff. So we're just going to go like that. We're just going to clip that out. Go here. Yeah, you guys get to see the magic process of editing. Ooh. And it's pretty freaking boring. There's that, and now we're just going to play the footage. Hopefully it'll come out.
Aside from her, there's also Toodles, who is pretty cuckoo.
I'm just gonna actually kind of put that down a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna bring that there. I was debating putting like a Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs joke here, but I don't know if that. I just like how Sean goes cuckoo. So there's that. See how that looks.
Aside from her, there's also Toodles, who is pretty cuckoo throughout the movie.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to do that. And now I got one of my favorite shots of Toodles in the movie, and it also has a really cool music cue by John Williams, is when they play the Hook theme kind of thing. And it's this shot with the door, and you hear just that little flute play. I'll just play a little brief, because again, I don't want to get dinged too much. I don't know what, I really like that shot. Like, that's a really nice shot, well lit, and also the music's great. All right, so I'm actually going to add that there, and I'm also going to just quickly cut there. One thing I love about Hook is the props. I know a guy, I don't know if you guys can see the dagger, Hook's dagger right there on that shot right there. I know a guy who actually made a replica of that. There's a Hook community fan page I'm part of on Facebook, or Meta as it's called nowadays. And it's really nifty to see sort of what's happening on that end. So there's that. So there is the shot. I'm just going to get some
dialogue that most of the other characters find to be kind of crazy. But I'll admit, he does have one of the funniest jokes in the movie.
Okay, I think that's a good way. Now, another thing I do is try to fade in shots so it's less of a problem. So there's that. Now I'm just going to go here. Hopefully I don't get dinged for this, because I have it in a very corner of the screen where it's not really that detectable.
Jokes in the movie.
Let's see.
Remember, you're in England, land of good men.
Okay, so that's the shot we need. Just getting a notification here. So is that. Okay, so we got that. Now, I actually, at this point, there is a joke I make here. I at some point need to go back and get footage of Canadian weather, because here's the joke, just kind of thing.
Fun fact, I actually did that to a bunch of trick-or-treaters on Halloween night when it actually snowed. Canadian weather is fucked up.
Yeah, I kind of bring up, because this is an actual story that happened when I was one Halloween, when we had a bunch of trick-or-treaters show up to our house. It was snowing, like just a blizzard. All the kids were trick-or-treating in a blizzard. So they knocked on my door, and I knew exactly what to do. I quoted Toodles. They opened the door. Trick-or-treat! It's snowing! I slammed the door on them. It was really funny. So, yeah, there's that happening. So let's continue on.
Tinkerbell in this movie, I know.
So now we got to find footage of Tinkerbell. This should be pretty easy. Let's just see how long this duration is.
Tinkerbell in this movie, I know a lot of people are mixed on. She honestly gives a that most don't really focus due to other incarnations.
Let's see.
That most don't. She honestly gives a lot more heart and weight.
Okay, heart and weight. So we want to find a shot of Tinkerbell that's really good. I got a lot. Actually, I got the perfect shot, I think. There's a really good... See, some of the special effects shots in this movie are actually still hold up pretty damn well. Like, there's some really good ones. Like, and the fact that this is before digital technology really took over, it was pretty much like... I mean, there were only... Actually, I found out later, there were a couple of computer-generated shots in the movie that you never would even notice. So there's that. Let's see here.
Tinkerbell in this movie, I know a lot of people are mixed on, especially with the casting of Julia Roberts.
So there's that. I tried to every kind of spacious area remove clips to make it easier. So let me see here. She's also, yeah, I think she actually was pretty good. I don't know why people hated her performance. I loved it. I thought she was pretty damn good.
But honestly, I think she's one of the best actresses to play the classic fairy. She honestly...
Let's see. So that's a good shot. Let's move on to the next bit. Let's move on to the next shot. I want to get one. Oh, I actually got a really nice one. Actually, this shot's kind of mixed, but I do like it. Where she's on top of the hat. Like, that's still pretty good for like 1991. Like, that's pretty impressive. Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna switch these up and save that for there. Bring it around here. Yeah, the magic of editing is very boring.
But honestly, I think she's one of the best actresses to play the classic fairy. She honestly gives a...
Let's see here. We're just going to move that. Again, crop footage makes it a tad bit easier.
She honestly gives a lot more heart and weight to the character that most don't...
Now, this is where I want to add some shots from previous films. So we're going to go to... Do I like that shot? That's not enough to finish up that bit. What's this one? Well, that one's not... that one's too short. Yeah, just using stuff from the Disney one. I love the Disney film. I mean... I don't know I'm wondering just what are everybody's like favorite incarnations of Peter Pan? Like, I really like the Disney one. I love Hook. Hook is the definitive one. And I also really enjoy the 2003 Peter Pan. I keep thinking it was 2003, 2004, but it was 2003 because it came out the same year as The Return of the King and flopped. It actually tanked. People loved it, but it tanked. Or tanked per se. But what's really cool is they actually what was it? The one thing the movie I mean I love the movie overall, the 2003 film, but one thing I really like about it is that it actually introduced me to one of my favorite bands, Coldplay. It did get me onto that, so there's that. I love... Oh, and yeah, Return to Neverland's another one. Return to Neverland. I mean, it's funny because you could watch either the Disney or the 2003 film, Return to Neverland, or Hook, and that's kind of the unofficial Neverland Peter Pan trilogy, which is pretty neat. So,
to the character that most don't really focus on due to other incarnations keeping her mostly a mute.
Okay, so now in this case, I'm actually going to go to footage from the 2003 film. Now, I should point out that I could not find a digital copy of the 2003 film. So what I did was I have to borrow footage from like another reviewer. That sometimes has to happen when you're reviewing stuff. So let me find where that reviewer was that I had to borrow clips from. That happens occasionally. And that's only because it does make it a little bit... And yes, I have seen this musical. The musical is actually not half bad. Yes, I have footage on Legend on Standby because I love that movie so goddamn much. Yeah, again, that's for the vlog on Monday, which I have to film soon. Holy crap. Do I not have footage? Because I'm just going to have to crop it and just wait for that to render. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it's this reviewer. I can't remember. Yeah, screenshots. She's a pretty cool reviewer, all things considered. So I have to find shots of Tinkerbell. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that you can't really find anybody else. Yeah, here we go. I think maybe this shot? This might do it. It's a little bit too short. Or maybe...
From giving Peter a real kiss.
So there's that. No. Maybe this one? Yeah, the Tinkerbell in that was actually okay. It's just okay. There we go. Like that. And hopefully that works. Yeah, it's yeah. So we are covering for its 30th anniversary.
Other incarnations keeping her mostly a mute. I felt giving her dialogue.
There we go. So we want to take that shot and just kind of. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Now we're gonna go shot the hook. Now back to the hook library. Now, where is a good shot Tinkerbell in this movie? We got a lot of stuff already established in this part of the review. Do we have this? You know what? I do like, yeah, that shot I want to use. Because I do like that scene. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, yeah, it's just it's something there.
Giving her dialogue actually helped humanize her with the audience.
Yeah, I mean, didn't we just get a Blu-ray on 4K? I can't remember if we did. I just want to check. Any super chats came in? I have no idea. Nope, not yet. Again, guys, please keep 2 super chat questions if you have any. Remember to follow. Remember, anybody who's already read the rules, please let newcomers know. Is that?
And we see more why she's so protected.
Okay, so we want to go to another bit. Yes, I will talk about that scene, which I really like. I do like this shot. There's a lot of great shots using either forced perspective or green screen in this movie, which I really, really enjoy.
We see more why she's so protective of Peter.
Let's see. Yeah, so you guys get to see sort of the magic of editing. It's kind of crazy.
Their previous adventures. It was the...
All right, so previous adventure. So I got to. Oh, I know exactly which shot to use. Hook also has one of the best pirate battles ever seen on the screen. Like the sets are amazing in this movie. Some of the best sets I think I've ever seen in a film. Okay, so this is where we want to go. I don't want to use this flashback bit yet. I do want to go to, where's that bit where she kisses Moira? Right here, I think? Yeah, so I want to kind of maybe kind of crop it out a little bit. Bring it out here and get it there. Yeah, I don't know why people hate this movie. Hook's a masterpiece. Just trying to get, there we go. Well, nope. There we go. Now you guys can see how I work.
It was because over time she had feelings for Peter, and this movie finally kind of...
Alright, so there's that. Now we want to go to... I mean, there are a few strange moments in the movie, but not enough really where I feel like there's anything really wrong with it. Yeah, she was cute. People who hated this movie, she was cute. I think it's just unfortunate events because she actually had broken off her wedding engagement with Kiefer Sutherland, and that's why she kind of just had problems. She was going through some really serious hurt. So
answered a long questioning understanding of their relationship.
You know, so it's just unfortunate. I think even Spielberg said it was unfortunate the time we worked together. I think that's what he stated at one point. Yeah, I bring up too that this was Spielberg's. he said he hates this movie. If you guys want to see a preview of that, I don't know if I should show that joke yet.
And
Let's see
answered
here.
a long questioning understanding of their relationship.
So we want to definitely kind of get sort of abridge it and fade it out so there's less detection. Now, I'll go to that sequence. Let me just go to where I talk about Steven and everything. And yes, I do bring up Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates, if you guys are wondering. Because I did watch that cartoon and sort of its later thing. So yeah, here is where I bring that up.
Kind of mixed to negative with its reviews, making it much more of an underrated movie for Steven's biography. With even the director himself
Here we go.
stating in a recent interview how he doesn't even like his own creation.
I want to see Hook again because I still don't like that movie. And I'm hoping someday I'll see it again and perhaps like some of it.
Steven, do you even know what you're talking about?
That's sort of what, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't know what he's talking about. I love this movie. Why do people hate it? Makes no sense. So now we're going to go, yeah, that's all the script stuff. Oh, wow, we're going through a lot. Holy shit. Okay, so we were right at Tinkerbell. Here we go.
Which for Tink is a tragic.
There we go. So now I want to go to that one scene that a lot of people are like, what the fuck, in the movie.
Which for Tink is a tragic dream. A lot of this has to be credited.
Okay, so I want to go to this part. You know what? I'm actually going to kind of a bit more of that sequence. Again, guys, anybody who knows the beginning of the rules here, please follow them.
Answered a long questioning understanding of their relationship, which for Tink is a tragic dream.
There we go. So we want that. Now, okay, so I actually do want to put that scene in here. Now, one thing I will say is that volume is key. So the problem is that the print I have of this has very low volume compared to the audio I used in the review. So what I have to do is kind of fix that up and actually increase the volume on the clip for you guys to hear. Sometimes that happens in the prints I use. Come on. Sometimes the thing don't want to work. That shot's fine. Here we go. Okay, so we want to get it up to maybe about a 10. I try to bring it up to a 10 so it's at least you guys can hear it a little better. I'm also going to bring it to about here, just so you can kind of block out the shot. I use Pinnacle for everything.
Dream.
Right, so I want to kind of cut a little bit out, bridge it. Bridging it is key. Kind of bring that out. I'm also going to kind of fade it in. Yeah, I think at some point, too, I'm going to get Twitch, because a lot of people are jumping to that now. Here we go.
This is the only wish I ever wished for myself.
This is that. And I'm going to cut. Oh, I just got a message. One moment. Gonna send a message to a friend. Okay, so Now we need a Carrie Fisher thing happening, but I don't have that right now, so I'll save that for later. Unless I don't think I have any footage of Carrie. I don't know if I do on hand. I don't. I have to wait till I get some footage somewhere, like some 1991 Carrie Fisher, 1990 Carrie Fisher, because that will definitely help, because she wrote a lot of her dialogue.
This has to be credited to, believe it or not, the late Carrie Fisher, who actually rewrote a lot of Tink's dialogue for Spielberg.
So I'm actually going to put a bit there. Oh, I know the right sequence I want to do. I know exactly which clip to use in this episode. There we go. Cut there. That's pretty good. Now, I want to go this one. Okay, so most of you may already know this, but this shot right here with that couple, that's George Lucas and Carrie Fisher kissing on that balcony. But a lot of people already know that.
Who actually rewrote a lot of Tink's dialogue for Spielberg. And hey, she even made
Let's see.
a cameo with George Lucas as a couple kiss.
So I'm actually going to put... Now, what's cool is I found this footage of George Lucas talking with Carrie. And it almost like they were talking like they were in a relationship. I'm actually going to put that in the review itself. I can't remember where I had that footage.
Hey, she even made a cameo with George Lucas as a couple kissing on the bridge, hovering by Tinkerbell's pixie dust.
So I'm actually going to... So that's cool, is I can fade it where it looks a little bit less of a problem. For those who don't know, I am currently editing my review of Hook for its 30th anniversary.
With George Lucas as a couple kissing on the bridge, hovering by Tinkerbell's pixie dust.
Now let me see if I have that shot. Oh, you guys are seeing the chat there. Let me see here. Clips. Do I have anything on George Lucas? I can't remember if I do or not. Let me see here. Movies. Clips. I've got that. I've got that. Oh, I think it might be here. I think I might have it, actually. I think I might have that shot. The right shot in. Yep. Oh, I think we have something. We got something. We got this, man. We got this by the ass. Okay, so I'm just gonna... My computer also does have... this is like a slow one. I just got a brand new tower that we're still modding. So until I get that fully mod, then we can probably do something with that. No, there. Okay, yeah. So I've got footage of George. So I'm just going to let that render. While I'm at it, I'll probably answer a few questions, free questions, just for the hell of it. Let me see here. Just while we're waiting. Slowly out. I haven't answered any questions yet because we are trying to aim for super chat only. Only because of our financial situation. Have you seen the $50 Beast Wars Transformers exclusives? I cannot afford it. That is why I cannot buy them. Am I ever going to do Godzilla reviews? Probably. I mean, maybe someday. I've got an idea of what I want to do with Godzilla. But I will cover Godzilla versus Kong at some point. Did I see the new Giganotosaurus from Jurassic World? Dominion. I have seen the footage. I have seen the dinosaur. Looks cool. I just want to see a trailer to judge for myself. How about reviewing Stephen King's Silver Bullet? It was produced by Dino De Laurentiis. I have not seen that one yet. I'm still a little behind on Dino De Laurentiis movies. Anyway, we're back to doing that. Let's see. Let me just go back to that. Stream. There we go. And we're back. Okay, so I need a shot of George. Have you guys seen these Japanese commercials that George did? George did like these Japanese commercials for like Panasonic cameras, and they're really fucking weird. Yeah, it's like a bunch of Star Wars commercials for like Panasonic. It's weird. So like, when is there going to be a Star Wars? Like, when is? Well, I mean, we know we have the Star Wars anime, Star Wars Visions, which I do want to watch, but I find it funny. It's just George Lucas is doing those commercials. So there is a shot. Like, there's this bit with George where he's talking with Carrie Fisher. I gotta find that sequence. It is. Oh yeah, here it is. That's the bit. But anyway, it's also funny because out of many people know this, I just want to take a little brief thing on George Lucas here, because I will bring this up in the prequel trilogy reviews. But when George was making episode 2, believe it or not, like, they were filming in Tunisia. They were filming episode 2, the stuff with the Owen Lars stuff, and on Tatooine when Anakin kills all the Tusken Raiders, and not just the men, but the women and the children too. I hate them. A lot of people don't know this, but George had actually shot the entire last sequence of episode 3 while they were shooting episode 2. They had no script. He hadn't even written the script. But he thought, this is how I want the movie to end. And the idea was, why waste so much money, thousands of dollars, going back to Tunisia just for one sequence in episode 3? So he thought, why don't I shoot it for episode 2? So there's this whole thing. I love how he's wearing an Oz shirt, like a Wizard of Oz shirt. But there's a bit here that's really funny, and I want to play this for you. This is actually really cool. So people ask him, because apparently he just said, I want to do a shot for episode 3. And then the documentary crew found out, and they're like, we should question George on this. So this is what happened.
So George, why are you shooting a shot for episode 3?
Can't tell you that. You have to wait 6 years for that answer.
6 years. How much stuff are you doing for episode 3 now?
That's just one shot.
Oh.
It means that now I don't have to come back here.
Yeah, I love how the camera's like, how many shots are you getting for episode 3? Just this one shot. Oh. why is everybody so quiet? And he's like, so I don't have to come back here and spend thousands of dollars and shit. So it was really one shot. I think they just wanted to get the sunset shot, but I think they ended up shooting a lot of it. Now, from what I heard stories, these are just rumors. That I love that with him on the speeder bike.
You decide you want another shot.
I don't get it.
Yeah, like, what happens if you want another shot? I don't get it. So here's the thing is that George basically wanted to do one shot, but then he said, fuck it, let's shoot the entire ending. So I think what they even did was they called up They called up Ewan McGregor, right? They called him up and said, hey, we're shooting the ending to episode 3, can we fly you down? So he flew down there to shoot the ending. But then one other thing that happened was that apparently, obviously he was in his episode 2 stuff, so he basically, they just put the hood over him and shot it. Now, the other thing was, from what I heard, is that they didn't have a baby in Tunisia, obviously. So apparently they just had these big blankets. That's why in those later shots, do I have the movie on here? I think I have the movie. I don't know if I'm going to get dinged for this, but fuck it, why not, right? No, that's movies. I want that footage from episode 3. Let's see here. Films, download. Yeah, because apparently they shot the ending, and Ewan McGregor was there, but then they didn't have a baby, so I think they wrapped something up in bandages and shit. I want to just pull this up very quickly. I don't want to get dinged. Just very quickly, I'll just pull up the ending right here. I won't play the scene, but these shots. So there was like these shots. That's not a baby. That's just like a weird, like a thing wrapped in blankets. So all this was shot while they were filming episode 3 or episode 2, right? And then the one shot of Luke, the baby, which I think like there were a couple shots here, like the one with the camel thing, that was a CGI shot, but it was this shot right here. I'll just play it very briefly. Right there. That was a pickup they did on episode 3. So I guess they had a baby at the point. But that is what I've heard. is that they apparently shot it while they were filming episode 2, because again, why waste so much money on going back to Tunisia for just a few shots? So there's that little trivia for you, a little tangent on Star Wars episode 2 and 3. So let me get that shot of George and Carrie talking right here, I think. Let's see. I'll say this too. I do like this original. This was concept art of Anakin for episode 3. He had like a mohawk and no shirt and like so Clone Wars damage. And George was like, I think it's too much. So I think it's this bit.
You smile, and I can get them to come over, and I don't have to have a pickup line. It's not anymore.
That's luxurious.
Yes, isn't it?
And you went to the Playboy Mansion.
I've been to the Playboy Mansion a few times.
I know, it was on television.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
supposed to meet me, and you went to the Playboy Mansion instead. I was devastated.
But it wasn't.
And yet,
It was.
I'm going to add that in the review because I think that's actually legitimately funny. Like, yeah, apparently George went to the Playboy Mansion. Wonder where he got the ideas for Jabba's palace, I wonder.
Smile, and I can get them to come over.
I love George. You know what? I give George a lot of bashing in my original trilogy review and a lot of my reviews, and I just want to say it's all just jokes because I love the hell out of George Lucas. He is my personal hero. He kind of just got me into filmmaking, watching all the documentaries, knowing what he did to make Star Wars. Just, he is my hero. So as much as I do poke fun at him, I love the hell out of him. And I'll even say this, since the Disney trilogy, The People versus George Lucas, which is a documentary I really used to like and has some merits, since the Disney trilogy, since how much they've kind of fucked up compared to like what the prequels did, and even then the prequels have actually aged like fine wine. George didn't deserve all the hate he got, and I think they went too far with that documentary. I know there's rumors they're doing a second one, but unfortunately they're kind of, I think they're going after Disney now, and they're actually making it, I heard rumors they want to make it an apology to George because they didn't realize how bad it was going to, they didn't think it was going to get worse, apparently. Now, regards to Star Wars, I love everything Star Wars. It has its problems, but I still like everything Star Wars. So with George, it's like, I love the hell out of George Lucas. If I could meet him, that would be a dream come true. So there's that. So let me go to this bit.
It's not anymore.
that's luxurious.
Yes, isn't it?
And you went to the Playboy Mansion.
I've been to the Playboy Mansion a few times.
I know, it was on television.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
Yeah, I know where to put this here.
Playboy Mansion.
Let's see here. See, this is just funny to me. I don't know what George, what were you doing at the Playboy Mansion? Were you getting reference for Star Wars? For Jabba's palace in like 1982? Was this also is that there's a joke I had here. God damn it. Yeah, did you just go there for, oh, is it kind of like how apparently the rumor is that Disney apparently, again, these are all speculation rumors, went to a adult gentleman's club to get reference for the Esmeralda dance scene in Hunchback? Is that the motive, George? I mean, I know LA has a lot of those places, but god damn it, guys. Hollywood, come on.
Yes, isn't it?
Let's see. So I'm just going to put that right there. And I just think it's funny. I try to add a couple of jokes in there. I'm almost at 200 episodes, right? Fuck.
Us. And you went to the Playboy Mansion.
I've been to the Playboy Mansion a few times.
I know, it was on television.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
supposed to meet me, and you went to the Playboy Mansion instead.
know.
I was devastated.
But it
And
wasn't.
yet,
I'm putting a little bit out of context just
I've
for
been to the
jokes.
Playboy Mansion a few times.
I know, it was on television.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
supposed to meet me, and you went.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
supposed to meet me.
I'm actually going to make that kind of funny. I think that's hilarious. So maybe that's where George got the idea of Leia in the slave girl outfit. He just went to the Playboy Mansion with Carrie Fisher. Oh, that's funny. I will say Replica Films is in the chat. I'm part of his. They actually talked about some of my reviews. I'd actually recommend their channel. It's really funny, really raunchy, not really like if you're sensitive, please do not watch their stuff, but they are legitimately funny. Really nice guys deep down. Let's see here.
For the women. I was working. I was
You
trying to
have
save motion pictures.
Excuse me?
I wasn't there for the women. Swear to God, I was there for the motion picture industry. Bullshit, George! Come on! Come on, George! Come on! Let's see here.
Pictures. It was for the Film Foundation to try to rescue the films that are being
At the
destroyed.
Playboy Mansion?
Bullshit, George!
Some things in common.
Bullshit, George! Bullshit!
For the women. I was working. I was
You
trying to
have
save motion
Excuse
pictures.
Bullshit, George! Come on! You had one of those bunnies wear a Twi'lek outfit, didn't you? Oh, God.
Dust. And you went to the Playboy Mansion.
I've been to the Playboy Mansion a few times.
I know, it was on television.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
supposed to meet me.
When it comes to the Lost,
So there we go. That's funny. I can't believe we just went on a huge tirade about George going to the Playboy Mansion. Oh, God. Yeah, Carrie was great. Carrie was such a savage.
And you went to the Playboy Mansion.
I've been to the Playboy Mansion a few times.
I know, it was on television.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
supposed to meet me.
That's funny. Oh, it's funny. God bless Carrie. She was such a great soul. Yeah, that's great. I can actually maybe add shots of Carrie right here.
For the Film Foundation to try to rescue the films that are being
At the
destroyed.
Playboy Mansion?
Okay, so I'm trying to think if... Let me see if there's any other footage of Carrie. I don't think so. What's this? Okay, Japanese commercials with George are fucking weird. So there's supposed to be... Is there any footage of Carrie we have that's outside? Not really. There's not much. So we're just going to have to use this interview footage. I actually do like this interview footage. So I'm actually going to add that into the cut. That gives a bit more. Yeah, guys, go subscribe to Replica Films and Script Corners. They're actually really cool.
This has to be credited to, believe it or not, the late Carrie Fisher.
Okay, so I got to kind of... I don't think there's going to be enough on this section to warrant enough footage of Carrie. So if I'll go back and get more footage of Carrie later. I just wanted to get that one scene because that's really funny. I did go to the Playboy Mansion. Bullshit. You didn't go for saving the Film Foundation, saving film, George. You went there to get some Twi'lek. God damn it, dude.
By Tinkerbell's Pixie Dust.
And you went to the Playboy Mansion.
I've been to the Playboy Mansion a few times.
I know, it was on television.
Yeah.
You were
I know.
supposed to meet me.
when it comes to the Lost Boys,
All right, so now we got to go back to the movie. Anyway, back to Hawk, which was the whole point of this. It's actually kind of fun editing while talking to you guys and giving you guys a little insight on making these. So I should also point out this is a collab with JT is Reborn. If you guys want to go subscribe to him, please do. JT is Reborn. We're doing a collab together, and he's actually going to do a few things on the channel. So please do that. This is just editing the review as a live stream and also talking to you guys. But I also should also just update the rules, guys. If you have any questions or comments that we want us to really focus on, please do it via Super Chat. We are kind of pulling a Linkara in this case because money's tight right now, and any donations and stuff is appreciated. It's definitely something we will occasionally talk about certain things, but yeah, and also the first Super Chat we had, which was Razor Blade, really appreciate that. So just remember that, guys. We may not be able to answer all of it, but there's that. We also might even at some point get Twitch. We're really thinking about that. But I am trying to keep you guys entertained while I edit too, so. Alrighty. So, I feel, okay, can I just say I feel really bad for this kid? Because you know what his character's name in the movie was? Thud Butt. And the whole joke, it's just nothing but fat jokes. Ugh. Why would you do that? I'm actually gonna No, I don't want. That's too short of a clip. Actually, you know, I like this shot. This shot's okay. That shot does the trick, maybe. Let's see. Sorry.
Comes to the Lost Boys. No, not those Lost Boys. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's funny because in that bit I show a poster of the Lost Boys, and have a joke there. So I'm actually I got a good idea for that. Do I have a poster of the Lost Boys? I don't think I do. I'll worry about it later. But I do have one bit I want to add, because the Lost Boys was directed by Joel Schumacher, the guy who did Batman and Robin. And you know what that means? I really want to apologize. I'm sorry, I can never get over that joke. I can never get over that joke. So now that I got that George Lucas clip, we can go back to the main menu. I'm gonna get that I really want to apologize joke, because that's one of my favorite running gags. I know Schumacher's gone, and I'm really sad about that. But at the same time, it's like that's a classic. That's one of our best. So sorry, Joel, I gotta use you again. Let's see here. Might take a minute. We're gonna, and also for anybody wondering, we are gonna try to do more live streams. It just depends on what's happening, because we're actually gonna be also applying for some other employment, because just only because unfortunately YouTube has not been kind to us lately. What the fuck is this? Okay, whatever the hell that was. Oh, it's a thing for Arkham. Okay. So I gotta go find this. I want to apologize. But I hear it. Yeah, here. See, Joel tried. Joel tried to make a good movie, but he was under the pressure from the studio. Really ruined Batman and Robin. It wasn't Joel. I actually do like Joel's movies. He seemed like the nicest guy. And then this is literally his entire apology.
If there's anybody watching this that, let's say, loved Batman Forever and went into Batman and Robin with great anticipation, if I disappointed them in any way, then I really want to apologize, because it wasn't my intention. My intention was just to entertain them.
See, that's sincere. He actually did apologize for Batman and Robin. I love Batman Forever. I still like Batman and Robin, despite it not being it's a commercial, but I was the right age demographic for it. But he apologized, and that's to be recommended. So I'm gonna go to. I'm just trying to put in the voice thing. There we go. So. There we go. I can never get over the I really want to apologize. That's how have I not made that a t-shirt? I really want to apologize. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's doing that thing. Let's see what happens when we do that. Okay. So this thing is going to have problems. See, sometimes Pinnacle will glitch out and do some stupid shit. I do like his Phantom of the Opera. I like Phantom of the Opera. I like his Batmans, and I do like Falling Down. Falling Down's fucking amazing. Love Falling Down.
I really want to apologize.
There we go. So that's one of my favorite jokes in my show. Yeah, it really was just Warner Brothers being complete and utter capitalists. That was the whole thing of Batman and Robin. It was just capitalist behavior. And that is something that is not fucking cool to do. So now... Okay, I do like that. That's a good shot of the Lost Boys. I do like that one. I try to basically use different scenes so it's less of a problem in the editing. See, the sets are amazing in Hook. Really good stuff here. Oh, you know what? I do like... I'm going to keep that, but I do like this shot. This shot's pretty good. You know, Peter Pan's got kids. That's sort of how it is. And I did like those toys. I did like the toys for Batman and Robin.
Into the background. Most of them aren't really given a lot to do. And even though I've seen this movie countless times, I kind of forget who is who with most of them. But child actors for the most.
All right. There's a shot there. I do like that. That's a good shot. I'll use that one. So it's a good one. I like this. Yeah, it's okay. There's one bit in the movie I'm like, how does that make sense in terms of armor? Is that apparently they're like connected to like cobwebs and shit and using different things? Like, it's weird. Exactly. Peter Pan's got kids? That? Yeah. So this is just sort of how the reviews. I am using illustrations and other films to kind of justify what's going on here. So let me go back to that sequence. Lost Boys. There we go.
No, not those Lost Boys.
I really want to apologize.
Unfortunately, most of them just kind of fade into the background. Most of them are the child actors for the most part do a pretty decent job, but they're just
okay. So there's parts where like there's one frame at the end. It's something to do with the rendering. It has problems there. No. Okay, that's a nice shot. That's a good one. That's a good sequence. Let me use that. Anything that kind of shows the full Lost Boys is pretty solid to do. Here.
Decent job, but there just isn't enough screen time for most of them to stand out. You have Thudbutt
to stand out. Okay.
Stand out.
And also, we have to talk about Thudbutt and the fact it was nothing but fat jokes. Ugh. How sensitive of you, movie. I know exactly what sequence to use. I've already used... Okay, you know what? I want to use that dance shot. I do like this shot of Thudbutt with the dance. I do like this. I do like this shot. This is funny. That I love that. Look at him go. Look at that's funny. I do like. Okay, Thudbutt's cool. At least he got to be the leader. That's one thing I do like. At least he got to be the leader of the damn Lost Boys. That was nice of Peter to do. Give it to the fat kid. That was nice of you, Peter. There we go. Let's see how that does. Apparently, like, a lot of these kids are super nice, too. Like, apparently, like, nowadays, they're really cool. They're all a bunch of pals, which is pretty nice.
You have Thudbutt, who is mostly relegated to fat jokes. Pockets has that one scene.
Okay, so now we gotta go to that scene with Pockets, who's the little kid that kind of says, "There you are, Peter." Yeah, that's the scene. There we go. You know, Spielberg's really good at directing kids in movies like this. Like, he knows how to really get that done.
Jokes. Pockets has that one scene where he's the first to recognize Peter.
Hey, Peter. I'm surprised I haven't made a joke about that yet. Yeah, that's JT is Reborn who's doing that. Again, guys, keep the chats to super chat if you can. Thank you. Although I do like to occasionally answer questions there. Remember to get along in the chat, please, guys. Thank you. Let's see.
Which is a very nice and touching scene, but that's
okay. So we kind of already did that bit. I'm gonna use that. That's a nice little. There we go. It's a nice little long shot. I'll say this: the last time I watched the movie fully, over I think almost like before, right at the beginning of this year, I did cry during this whole sequence. Like this whole scene made me cry. It was really fucking sad. I think it was just a mix of John Williams' music, the fact Robin's gone. The kid just seems so innocent when he says that line. And then I think it's just the fact that I'm actually, guys, I'm turning 30 next year, and I'm feeling my sense of youth and stuff really. I'm feeling that. It's really tough.
Which is a very nice and touching scene, but that's kind of it. Then you have the other Lost Boys.
So now I want to go back a bit. There's the set of twins I like, the twin scene here. Lucas kidnapped his kids. He's just out of shape. We have to make him bangarang. It's also just a very quotable movie, too. Very quotable baby. We have to make him bangarang.
Then you have the other Lost Boys who are just kind of there and don't really do much. However, they're...
Let's see. And this is where we get to Dante frickin' Rufio. Hell yeah. I actually just met him at a Fan Expo over the weekend, over Fan Expo weekend. Really nice dude. Really nice. He said I had one of the best Captain Hook cosplays ever, which is pretty fucking rad to get that recognition from one of the actors from the movie. There we go. We want to get that. Rufio! 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 God. Love this movie so goddamn much. Actually, it's funny. When I review this, the physical copy I have is the laser disc, which is pretty cool.
However, there is still one of the Lost Boys who I have yet to mention that everyone who has seen this movie remembers.
There we go.
Seen this movie remembers. And he's really awesome. So I'll let Jack take it from here.
Let's see. There we go. And actually, I'm actually going to take that bit. Rufio! Oh, God damn it. Why is this movie so awesome? Again, just make sure the questions are super chats only in terms of requests and stuff, please. Thank you. That's only because we are really, the algorithm has not been kind to us, and this is our full-time job. Let's see here. Is that? Also, Light Post Films is in the chat. He actually just had his channel locked, and if you guys can go subscribe to his new channel, we'd really appreciate it. We're going to actually help him out with some stuff. And yes, I have seen the fan description for Hook, and it was very well done. We may answer a few brief ones, but not all of them 100%. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that handy. Somebody is shooting fireworks. Can you guys hear that? Hang on. You guys hear that? What the fuck? Somebody is shooting fireworks out my building. What the hell? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Somebody literally shot off fireworks. That's going to bring in the cops now. God damn it. Ugh. No, it's not. New Year's isn't in for another 2 months. What the hell? That's crazy.
One of the best new characters introduced in this film.
Let's see.
One of the best new characters introduced in this film is the skunk-headed inheritor to Peter Pan.
All right, so. There we go. Yeah, who fires fireworks? That makes no sense.
Skunk-headed inheritor to Peter Pan's leadership with the badass punk lost boy Rufio.
All right, so we want, I want to go to a different sequence with Rufio. I always like to change up the sequences a little bit, just to give it variety. Nah, not feeling that one. There's not really much on that sequence. So let's go to the dinner sequence. I do like this scene, the dinner sequence. It's fun. Very Harry Potter, though. It's like, Rufio, if I'm a maggot pie, why don't you just eat me? Oh man. Oh, I love that movie. Man, you stupid man. Rufio, if I'm a maggot burger, why don't you just eat? God, I love that. Let me just play that. Suffering from Peter Pan envy. I'll tell you what a paramecium is. That's a paramecium. It's a one-cell critter with no blade that can't fly. Don't mess with it, man. I'm a lawyer. I love that movie so much. Oh, God.
Lost boy Rufio. And man, oh man, this guy is awesome.
Okay, so I want a really hip shot of Rufio. Oh, I know what shot to use. It's where you roll the pen. But it's where he picks up the fucking sword and is about to go ready to kick his fucking ass. I do love the pan sword. The pan sword's amazing. Okay, guys, any questions you have, please have them super chat. Thank you.
And man, oh man, this guy is awesome. What else is there to say? It's done.
Yeah, it is Dante goddamn motherfucking Bosco. And I know what shot I'm going to use now. What I call the Goonies of the Caribbean shot. It's like, bang! Okay, oh wow, holy shit. Carter Gonzalez, thank you so much for a super chat. Greetings, this is Special Agent Carter Sauce of the Dark Aether Files production. I love your work and thinking about doing a Peter Pan cosplay in the future. Good form, Peter Pan. Yeah, man, do it. I actually, when I did a Peter Pan, or when I did my Hook cosplay, Fan Expo and so on, I did it during the pandemic. I had built it out of stuff from the thrift shop and Dollarama, along with just hot glue and stitches and stuff. And I built that under 48 hours. The only thing I really had to pay the most on was the basket hilt sword for him. And let me just actually go grab that. One moment. Hold what you got, guys. Hold what you got, boys. I think I grab a few things here. So for my Hook cosplay, I don't know if you guys have seen these, because, during the pandemic, I actually did buy and collect a few swords. So for my Captain Hook cosplay, I had actually built everything for the thrift and dollar store, along with so on. And I mean, I'm just giving some ideas on it. I built it under 48 hours. Now, one of the things I did use, he's on TikTok. Thank you. Guys, follow me on TikTok. I do have a Scottish basket hilt. This is an actual steel sword. They let me into this at the con because I had it zip tied, so I couldn't unsheath it. But this is sort of one that Dustin Hoffman did kind of use in the movie. And it is legit. We are buying real swords now, which is pretty freaking rad when it comes to cosplays and film projects. But it's not sharp. But as you can see, like, this is kind of the one he has in the movie, right? Now, I'll actually bring this up because there's a lot of tricky stuff here. If you notice in the film, let me go to that sequence where he pulls out the sword. Let me just get you guys back on here. I don't know how to full screen layout. Stream. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's basically a replica of that sword right there. It's basically a replica of this. So that is kind of what I was going for. But for some reason, later in the freaking goddamn movie, he never uses this freaking sword. For some reason. I don't know why, and it always kind of baffled me as a kid. Because when he fights Rufio, here's what he does. There he is. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of continuity. I love this. I'll say this. I do like in the background, there is that guy going, oof, ow, oof, ow, oof, right in the back. You just hear that in the background, just guy slamming. It's like, oof. So he basically kind of switches it out, the basket hilt, for what a lot of people think is a quartz small sword, which is used by, like, the sword Norrington uses in Pirates of the Caribbean? That sort of officer-type swords and shit. Well, it turns out it's not a small sword, despite the swordmaster saying it. It's actually a quartz sword. And a quartz sword is different compared to a small sword because, well, first of all, I actually want to go, like, look, he switches it out for a quartz sword, and he uses that for the majority of the movie, right? Now, I found out a quartz sword is different to a small sword. A small sword is mostly for combat. A quartz sword is more ceremonial. And for those who don't know, one of the most famous figures in history to ever use a quartz sword was George Washington. And George Washington, apparently there's a museum in Washington, D.C. called the Seven Swords of Washington. He had 7 swords. So for Inuyasha Dinosaur 101, if you thought Inuyasha's father had multiple swords, George Washington technically had 7. The 7 Swords of Washington. That alone sounds like an amazing idea for a concept of a mythology. But yeah, he actually did that. That was pretty crazy of him. So it is a quartz sword. As you can, let me just pull up that shot again. Right, he has the quartz sword. Let me actually get a better shot. That one. Right? Let me just kind of, you can kind of see, yeah, it's a quartz sword. And the reason it's a quartz sword, because unlike small swords, which have an 8-figure top guard, quartz swords have a single guard. Now, I was actually just going to pull this up because I have references for props, because that's what I do in my reviews. Let me just see here if I have it. Is it in the cosplay section? No, because this was me just building the damn stuff. No, it's not there. Props. Okay. So, I have a bunch of props, like references for props from the movie. So, believe it or not, this is kind of cool. You guys get to see some cool stuff here. This is the actual prop Hoffman used, and it's in terrible shape. Like, this is, I think, one of the rubber props or something that he had used in the movie. So, that's like a legit one. And I do have a little map to Neverland. I have stuff for reference. There's the dagger he used. There's the thing. This wig, actually, there was recently an auction where his wig was on sale. And, you know, kind of showed that. But where is that quartz sword? This is a quartz sword. It has this, like, basically a one-disc blade. And this is sort of the closest we get to the one that he used in the movie. And actually, for Rufio, he used what's called a double-disc cutlass, which is different from a regular cutlass because it's a double disc. So I'm educating you guys on swords here, because that's what I ended up doing during the pandemic. This is a double disc cutlass. This is the one Rufio used in the final battle. Now, I also have some props from the other movies. But yeah, a quartz sword. It's different than a small sword. Now, when I did my cosplay of Hawk, I did build the quartz sword that he used in the movie. I tried to match it how it was in the film. I did give him a sheath out of aluminum tape and you know, piping and everything. But this is just an antique fencing foil, right? Just an antique fencing foil. And it has like the guards and everything. But one, I did add hockey tape. But the one thing I did was the guardrail, and I just used like a picture frame from the dollar store. So that's how I'm able to, if I actually, I don't know if I can get both me and the video on here. Full screen layout. Holy shit. All right, add to stream. All right, so you can see it kind of matches what he has in the movie, where it's like, you know, roofy. Let me see if I can I change the layout? I can. No. Yeah, I'm just trying to change the layout here. Full screen layout. Okay, for some reason, it's not letting me do that. That's weird. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to stream. Okay, for some reason, it won't let me do it. But, oh, there we go. So you can see, it's sort of the same, where it's like, you know, Rufio. So this was sort of a replica I'd made for my cosplay in case I ever do like shots outside of a con. But yeah, I love building swords and making customizers. So there's that. So anyway, yes, that is how I did my cosplay. But then when I was later, this is just going back to Carter's question. I'm sorry it took so long. Going back to Carter's question. I had some extra money and some extra prop handy, and I basically did a Peter Pan cosplay in 24 hours using some stuff I had lying around. So you can do that, man. You can definitely do that. So again, big thank you to Carter Gonzalez, who actually sent us a second super chat. Where again, thank you for the $25. Really appreciate it, man. Keeps the lights on. We should collaborate together sometime. And that poor basket sword. I know it sucks. But thank you so much for sending us that. We really appreciate that, man. I know I just saw a second super chat, I think. Or was it just one? Yeah, it was just one. But thank you, Carter, for 25. That keeps the lights on our end. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, just a little update on the rules to our videos and how we're doing our live streams for the now. Super chat questions only, super chat comments at the moment. We'll try to answer a few of them. But we do want to try to keep it super chats only. And on top of that, yeah, just keep it all clear. Not too many spamming the questions and so on. Anybody who has been here before, please do that. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much, Carter Gonzalez. Go subscribe to him. Follow him on TikTok. Really appreciate that, man. Anyway, back to work. Although, you know what? I'm going to go quickly get a drink, and I will be right back. I'm just going to reset, sort of show the rules again, just so there. I'm just going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to edit this episode. Let me just go to, there we go. I'm just going to place that there. We shall be right back. I'm just going to go get a drink, and I shall return. Okay, we're back. So if you guys just kind of got the notes there on the rules for now, that's just very temporary until we get back into the swing of things because money has been extremely tight. So back to the review. I love this movie. So this is the shot we need. Let us continue. Only a few up. All right, night, Tyler.
What else is there to say? It's Dante Bosco. It's
All right, so
Bosco.
I'm going to kind of cut there. Bangarang! Bang! See, as a kid, I never thought they were replying bangarang. I thought they were saying bagger rope! Like battle rope? Like bat rope? Like Batman? That's what I always thought it was. Like, if you listen carefully, because I know they're replying with bangarang. But they're actually... I always thought as a kid they were saying banger rope, because look what Peter says. Right? It's that. And then it goes to... It's like... Why does it sound like they're saying banger rope? Why does it sound like they're saying that? Actually, I'll say this with the battle, too. There's a lot of continuity errors in a few places. And I brought this up with Sean when we were looking at the movie. This is what happens when you do a review. So, obviously, Hook takes out the basket hilt and replaces it with the cord sword, right? He does replace it with the cord sword. Like, just sing, boom, right? But then, it's the same shot here, cord sword. Cut to Maggie screaming. Then cut to, there's the cord sword again, right? And, you know, it's like, Jack, save me. And Peter's like, Maggie. And then he flies off. The next shot, this is kind of great. I'm actually you guys are going to be like, I can't unsee this movie now. Now, if you look closely, I don't know if you can barely see it. Maybe not. You know, I might be mistaken. I'm not 100%. But if you look at Hook here, right there, that's the basket hole, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. It looks too long to be the cord sword. I think it might be the basket hilt. Yeah, you can see the red right there. That's the basket hilt. So that's a continuity error. That the basket hilt is right there. You can see it clear as day. Cut back to the next scene, and there he is with the cord sword again. What the fuck? That's a continuity error if I've ever seen one. And then another thing that happens in the movie, and most people may not recognize this, that films normally use the same repetitive choreography scene over and over again. Because, believe it or not, choreography sequences are actually just a few steps. They're not a full thing. So what they do is they film the same choreography at different angles, right? At different angles. And they make it look like a different sequence. Just a prime example. So this fight scene with Peter against this pirate, like this boss pirate, right? He pulls out the cutlass, right? Which, right? Like, there it is. And also, one thing he does, he actually struggles getting it out. He, like, has to take it. Look at that. He takes a couple of minutes to try to get that sword, right? How funny is that? He pulls out the cutlass. And then here's, first of all, this fight's, I'm kind of overanalyzing this sequence. All right. He pulls out the sword, right? Ready to fight. I love Peter's reaction there, by the way. Now, first of all, I love the clanging sounds in this movie, too. The sounds. I love the clanging sounds. But here's the one thing, because I've done sword fight choreography. I've kind of learned the basics. Here's the fight. Peter attacks, pirate blocks. Peter attacks, pirate blocks. So it's a couple of attacks. Peter's on the attack. But look at where they're, like, hitting the swords. They're hitting the edges of the blade. Now, most people may not notice this, but when you hit the edges of the blades together, that's not fighting. That is, what happens is when you sword fight, the flat end is your defense because the blade's coming like forward. This is like cutting you. But in order to block it, you have to use the flat end of the blade. This is something Bob Anderson pointed out. When you parry in defense, you have to use the front ends. And this is to basically shield yourself with the blade. But the problem is that if you hit edge on edge, the blades are going to dent. The blades are going to have massive dents, and therefore, they're going to snap easier. They're actually going to break. The blades will break. So when it comes to sword fighting, you got to be careful of that. But this movie, the edges of the blades are hitting each other. So it's like there, boom, hit edge of the blade, hit edge of the blade. You cannot do that. I get it. I guess you could say it's more realistic because, like, one, you know, it's real guys fighting with not too much in instincts because they both are out of practice. But also, the other problem is that it's also supposed to be, I guess, playtime because they're supposed to be like kids in Neverland. But at the same time, as a sword guy and other sword prop masters, this is a big problem. You cannot hit the edges of the blade because you are going to break those blades. So that is the problem with swords. You cannot do that. Like, you can't do that. Now, it's the same fight scene. Now, I want to bring back the choreography. Now, watch the fight. So Peter hits from the side, block, up, down. So it's basically side, up, down. The next shot, you'll notice it. It's a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same choreography, and it's actually a bit slower. This is almost like a practice run. I guess because Maggie had to leave early, right? You see, like, they had to basically film this on key, so this was like almost a practice rehearsal when they're fighting. But watch, same thing. Side, up, down, and you see the rest of it where he kind of pushes it off Peter. So it's the same choreography. It's only 3 steps, but through the magic of editing, you can make it look like a longer sequence. Right? And that's kind of how it is. That's how it works. So anybody doing fight choreography, there's a tip. Just only do a few steps, film it in different angles, and then you can kind of cut it all together. Mask of Zorro actually did the same thing. In fact, they did the angle a few times. If I go to Mask, do I have Mask of Zorro handy? I really hope I do. I don't want to show it too much, but just to give you guys an idea, let's move that, right? Let's go to that fight, that famous fight scene on the thing here, right? Right here, right? So this whole sequence right here, right? So this whole scene, Zorro's like fighting the guards and shit. It's really fucking cool. And then right here, there's this bit right here, right? Let me just make sure it's not copyright. Blah 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 blah. Just try to punch. So right here, right? So it's 3 moves. So it's, you know, 1, 2, 3, same thing. 1, 2, 3, right? Again, same angle. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So that's like 4 times the same choreography that they use to kind of illustrate how sword fighting works. So you basically have to do 1, 2, 3. It's 3 moves, but filmed at different angles and cut all together. You can make it look like a longer fight scene. And I never knew this as a kid. But now that I know this, it makes doing fight choreography easier, and it makes editing them a lot easier. So there's a little tip when it comes to sword fighting and stuff. And actually, one last thing I want to bring up about this sequence is when Wendy's like, or Maggie's like, Peter Pan's my dad. Watch this kid right fucking here. This is going to ruin the movie for you. He looked at the camera! He's looking at the camera! Kid, what are you doing? What are you doing, kid? Come on. Come on, dude. There's a little bit for you. So anyway, back to editing the review. So
Dante Bosco, it's Prince Zuko.
Okay, so this bit's a little bit of a spoiler. But in a Goofy movie, you guys may not know this, in a Goofy movie, you know Dante Bosco makes a cameo, right? In a Goofy movie, he's one of the characters in the school. And I will just quickly find this bit. You guys are going to be like, what? He was in the movie? He actually brought this up on TikTok, Dante. Actually, let's go a little behind the scenes photo. That's Dustin and Robin training. I'll just pull this up. This is Dustin and Robin training the fight choreography with the sword masters behind the soundstage when they were doing rehearsals. They actually spent like months and months training. But anyway, so in a Goofy movie, this is where I got to kind of come in here and bring this up. Dante Bosco makes a cameo in the film. And he's one of these hecklers in the high school. And some of you may already know what I'm talking about. Low-key, I love a Goofy movie. This is actually going to be one of those long streams. I actually really like this. I like doing these editing streams. These are fun. Let me go to a Goofy movie. I like this movie. And it's one sequence. It's right here. Yeah, right here. I think, right? Hopefully Disney does not come after me for doing this. But you guys might know what I'm talking about. This was actually Dante Bosco when he was doing the sequence. Let's see. Hopefully it's not too long. Okay, yeah, this will do. So, yeah, right here. This, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about with the Goofy movie. I'm going to crop it to make it less of a problem. I'm just going to go right here. Yeah, this is actually Dante. If it'll load. It's taking a while to load. There we go. Okay. So this guy. That's Dante Bosco, and not many people know that. Not many people know that's Dante Bosco. So I'm just going to basically take that sequence and add that in. By the way, guys, thanks for watching. Like, I know it's kind of boring, but it's fun. I think maybe next time I do a stream, it'll be a gaming stream because those are a bit more fun. Because I do like to do those. They're a bit more fun to do. Let's see here. Come on. This might take a minute. All right.
I'm not kidding. Talk to me, baby.
Just add that there. And then, yep. There we go. Wow, we're really getting on time here. Again, it's just temporary with questions. It's going to mostly be super chats only because of our financial situations. And we're also going to be, I did go out today and apply for a couple extra jobs just in case. Because again, YouTube for some reason has been really bad with our algorithm, unfortunately. There we go.
Bosco, it's Prince Zuko. It's that kid shouting at Stacy in a Goofy movie. I'm not kidding. Talk to me, baby. Rufio is one of the...
There we go. So now we got to find out how much Rufio we fucking need. Let's see.
Rufio is one of the coolest new additions to, and deservingly so. Stands toe-to-toe with Robin in arguably his most iconic role. And what makes this character great is the feeling of the amount of history in a post-Peter Pan Neverland from taking over for the...
Okay. That's one of the things that Dante Bosco is just really cool.
Rufio is one of the coolest new additions to the Peter Pan mythology.
I love that. Poor Robin. I love the one thing in Honest Trailers that they did where it's like, Robin Williams, poor stunt double, and you just see a montage, and I feel so bad for his stunt double. Like, holy fuck. Poor guy. Let's see this one. That will do. I like that one. Maybe. You know what? I'll keep that one handy for later. Let's see here. Yeah, I want to get that shot. That shot's good. Again, I know sometimes editing streams are a little bit boring in this case. I think what we'll do is for tonight, we'll wrap up the Rufio stuff, and then we'll call it a night. Unless you guys just want me to just see what it takes to edit the stuff.
Rufio is one of the coolest new additions to the Peter Pan mythology, and deservingly so. And Dante Bosco stands toe-to-toe with...
Okay, so... I know the one shot I want to use. It's one of my favorite shots in the movie. It's one of the, I don't know why. I love this shot with Dante and them fighting. Just the pirates in the background, and then this. I love this. Just stab and then swing. And you get a good look at his sword, and they both screw. I love that. That's one of my favorite moments in any fight scene, when you have two characters like sword fighting, and then they turn around, they're both hit each other, and they realize, oh, it's you, buddy, it's cool. And then they're like, let's go! Love that shit. That shit's awesome. But I love how you get a kind of a bit more look at, again, the double disc cutlass that Rufio obtained. You know? And the thing is, too, I see so many Rufio cosplayers. They always have the Pan sword. They never have the Rufio sword. I'm just like, come on, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of cut it, trim it a little bit. Get it kind of like... There we go. I like that. That's pretty damn cool.
Dante Bosco stands toe-to-toe with Robin in arguably his most iconic role. And what makes his character great is the...
Okay, so now I'm going to go back up to the history part, Rufio, which is that one shot I was saving. Is it? There it is. There we go. Nice, Matthew. Looking forward to that. I don't know why, that shot's fucking hilarious. Dante's eyes just rolled up. That's funny.
And what makes his character great is the feeling of the amount of history in a post-Peter Pan Neverland.
There we go. So I'm just going to do that. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, guys, probably midnight tonight or something. I'm not 100% sure, or tomorrow. There's going to be a new storyline compilation, so look forward to that. That's going to be happening tomorrow.
Pan Neverland, from taking over for the Lost Boys, the change in cultures and games.
Okay, this is where I want to add this.
The change in cultures and games from skateboarding.
Yeah, for some reason they added skateboarding to Neverland, which makes me think some of the Lost Boys are actually from the 80s. They're 80s kids. Well, 80s kids! Not like babies kids, the 80s kids!
the change in cultures and games from skateboarding.
Yeah, for some reason, they have skateboarding in Neverland now. I guess it was Space Jam before Space Jam.
Skateboarding and basketball, making his character more than likely a child of the 80s.
I don't have a PS3 Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. I do not have a PS3. So one thing I will say, guys, is just as a little bit of an extra ground rule, just a little extra rule I'll add. For people who I'm collaborative with, who are some of my colleagues, I'll answer their questions. But when it comes to just people I don't, like, super chats are probably going to be there. Speaking of which, Special Agent Carter Sauce, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Originally, I was thinking of doing a Philip Brainard and Alan Parrish cosplay, but I'm low on costume resources and props. Well, first of all, Alan, if you're low on costume resources, go to the thrift shop. Go to thrift stores. Go to Salvation Armies. Go to Value Villages, go to Goodwills. They have all that stuff for you. You can just have to pick and choose what you want. That's how I do a lot of my stuff. That is your best bet, and it's very affordable. Very affordable on your end. So again, thank you so much, Special Agent Carter Sauce, for sending that $5 in super chat. Again, I just want to I'm going to add a little bit of a ground rule here on the 2-hour mark. For colleagues such as, I do apologize to Huey Tumor and Inuyasha Dinosaur 101 and Matthew Lamont and the people I have worked with. I will answer your questions, but when it comes to people that I'm not, mostly the fans and stuff, just because of our financial situation right now, I will only take super chats on that end. So if that makes it a little easier on you guys for next time, there you go. So Special Agent Carter Sauce, again, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it, buddy. Really do. Go subscribe to him, guys.
Unlikely a child of the 80s, and a sense of tension he brings to the final battle with the pirates.
Okay, this part I always liked. This part I always liked. We bring up the whole fight with the pirates, right? One of my favorite moments in the entire battle. It's fantastic. I love this scene. It's one of my favorite pieces of fight choreography from Rufio himself. And that's when this bit happens right here. I love this. And actually, it's funny because I bring this up. There's a YouTube channel with the sword masters from the movie. And they have, they brought Dante Bosco in to recreate this fight scene. So I love this bit. Now, what's interesting is that in the fight, Rufio only has a few moves. Actually, let me get a sword for this. Just like a prop sword of some kind. Bear with me. I'm just going to use this this prop Glamdrin, right? Let me just get you guys on full screen. In the fight scene, I'm just going to use this prop Glamdrin. Rufio has two moves. The pirate's going to attack him from the side. Rufio blocks it with the side, and then he kind of brings it down. The pirate attacks from this side. He brings the sword around, right, and where the pirate is essentially deflective, and then he goes for a cut. Like through the stomach, just right? Pirate falls. Now, because it was only 1, 2, swing around, move, you'd think you would hear clash, clash, swing, slice, right? In the sound effects. Well, in the movie, they changed that to where it sounds like multiple clangs and sounds. Again, the magic of editing. The magic of editing in this scene. Here's how it sounds with all the sound effects. Again, it's only two moves. It's only 2 moves of deflectiveness and slice. But watch how they do it. You hear like 3 extra tangs. You hear those 3 tangs? So again, the magic of editing and the way the camera's angled, you couldn't even tell. And that's how you make a fight scene have a bit more impact. Maybe Spielberg was like, I like the fight scene, but it needs that extra tang. That is the magic of sound effects. So again, it should be just like this. It should be clang, clang, and then, bring it around, right? But instead he adds that extra clang for extra impact. Which makes no sense, because when that clang happens, the first clang is right here. Again, look. There, right? He blocks it and brings it around. See, apparently, the pirate lunges. That's the first clang. That's the block. And then for some reason, Spielberg added a clang right here where there's not supposed to be a clang. Almost like Dante's move, it's basically a block and then a block down and then bring it around. So again, just the magic of editing and the way it's angled, you can add those sound effects again. Just little things like that. And then honestly, the slice. I love that slice. I love that slice. That's a great slice. I love that. That's a fantastic slice. Dante was a fucking bamf in this movie. I swear to God, he took out some pirates. He really took out some pirates. Yeah, don't worry about Turok, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. Really appreciate that, though. But yeah, this is honestly, it has, like, one of the best pirate battles I've ever seen in a movie. Now, honestly, with me reviewing Hook, a lot of you are probably going to be asking me, am I going to cover the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? I do plan to cover those. I do want to talk about the Pirates of the Caribbean movies because I love those movies. But that's going to be one of those epic reviews down the line where it's like, I'm going to try to get ships. I'm going to try to get pirates. I want to make it this big epic adventure. That is going to be, when I eventually do cover the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, that is going to be a big, giant, epic adventure. You have my word on that. Same with Lord of the Rings. I know Lord of the Rings is having its 20th anniversary this year, but I do want to go. Okay, you know what? Dinosaur 101. I've heard of Jurassic Quest, and I've really wanted to go, but I just never could figure it out and what time it would be at. So, yeah.
And a sense of tension he brings to the final battle with the pirates, especially with Captain Hook.
Let's see. Okay, I want to save that quartz sword moment. Already got that bit. I'm going to try to cut, maybe just like basically have. See, the thing is, the fight scene is so short, there's not much in terms of extra stuff you could add. Yeah, Jurassic Quest is something I do want to go to at some point. That's all the way in Knoxville, eh? Shit. I know it's funny because my dad moved to South Carolina. So if there's ever a chance I go to South Carolina and there's a con there, I might attend it. Oh, that's funny because I actually will have more time to maybe at some point go to Florida too. So that's pretty fun.
Who it looks to the villainous captain as a red thorn in his side that, while not as much as Peter, made for.
There we go. All right.
As a red thorn in his side that, while not as much as Peter, made for a decent time killer.
Oh, this would be a good time. Maybe. Should I? No, I don't want to put the whole scene in. Maybe. Because sometimes, that's the only thing. Again, you sometimes have to repeat the clips you use, unfortunately. Now in this bit, okay, so we're actually almost done this Dante bit. I'm actually going to go here. There's a bit of a line I like here. Where Hook does mention he actually has been killing Lost Boys and Indians for a while. And you're just like, oh, Jesus Christ, Hook. Right here. It's this bit. Come on, right? I'm actually going to add that to a clip. Tennessee. I remember that. Also, I'm thinking when it comes to this, I mean, even if it's not questions or comments with Super Chat, if you guys have something you want me to live react to, like a trailer or something, I might even do that as well. Because these are fun. I don't mind doing... I'm basically taking a clue from YourMovieSucks.org's live streams on Twitch, because he sometimes talks about stuff on Twitch. That's what I'm going to probably do more of.
Earned.
Lost boys. I've been killing them most of my life.
There we go. I do like that line. I'm tired of killing Indians and Lost Boys. I've been killing them most of my life. I want to pick the pattern. I want to kill him. I love that line. No, don't need to Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. No need. Also, a little rule for Zebra 426. We have one of the rules is do not spam the chat with the same question. You got 3 chances. If you do it 4th time, there's going to be a bit of a warning for you. Just letting you know. Friendly warning.
Earned.
I'm tired of killing Indians and Lost Boys. I've been killing them most of my life.
Throughout the movie, there's a bit of a rivalry between Peter and Rufio. A lot of time has passed since Peter...
Okay, so this is where I got to bring in this shit in. Where Rufio does the whole "you did, jolly man," which turns out that was shot in reverse. This shot was actually done in reverse, right? So because of the way it was shot. It's like you see his voice. You're dead. He literally had to say it in reverse, where it's like something, 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 and then he had to kind of go back, step back, bring the sword there, and basically, yeah, they had to kind of do it in reverse, right? Because for some reason, I guess they were afraid of hurting fucking, like, Robin. But hey, it worked. It's a great shot. How funny is that? That was actually a reverse shot. It's all good, Huey. Relax. He had his warning. And yeah, Huey, I'm changing the rules a little bit. If you have a question, let me know, because you are one of my colleagues. You get the right for a free thing. So there you go. I do apologize on my end. I didn't get to your question, but I just been really trying to, get some stuff under my belt so I can actually, because things have been a bit tricky here up in Canada. So fire away your questions, Huey. I'll answer them. I'll remember that next time, by the way. God, I'm drinking 3 Pepsis during this stream. Something's wrong with me. How have I not died from it yet?
Throughout the movie, there's a bit of a rivalry between Peter and Rufio. A lot of time has passed since Peter was last in Neverland, and Rufio has held the fort down since then.
Silver Bullet. Okay, is that the because I know there was a movie De Laurentiis did for Paramount with, like, White Buffalo. Was that also a Rambaldi creation? Because that movie I've been considering looking at and watching. That is one I'm curious about. Shot's okay.
Since then, I can only imagine how tough it must have been since Peter has been gone. There's a bit of resentment in Rufio when he first sees the grown-up Peter.
Oh, okay, so they did do a werewolf. That's interesting. Yeah, it's like White Buffalo. De Laurentiis said it was like about it was literally a Jaws ripoff about a killer buffalo. I'm not kidding. Yes, there will be, and not in this live stream. I'm trying to not detect that. I'm trying not to do that. But in terms of the review, there will be music from the film in this. I know I have to be careful. That's why I've got backup plans.
I can only imagine how tough it must have been since Peter has been gone. There's a bit of resentment and
So I'm actually going to save that motion. I'm actually going to go to that argument scene I really like. You stupid man! Oh, I want to save that, though, because I do like that insult. Prison barber, mother lover.
And your fake camel case in your rear, mother ear.
Recruit bang food too. I can't even do that whole thing this bit. Oh my god, I love this movie so much. I'm sorry. Like a kid. Oh my god. Recruit bat featured fruit dude. I love that. I love that. That's great. How's my headphone battery? Okay, my headphone battery is pretty good. I charged it up before I did the stream.
I can only imagine how tough it must have been since Peter has been gone. There's a bit of
Okay. Now to go back to that scene where it's all super sad and shit. I want to get that little bit of Peter, like Rufio's resentment towards Peter. That's it. When I go to it, I'll take some pictures. Yeah, thanks. And ask them about me. I'm like, oh, do you know Big Jack Films or whatever? And if they say yeah, just let me know. Let me know if there's... Tell them I said hi at Jurassic Quest. That'd be nice. Hey, if they want to invite me as a guest, that'd be great. Fuck. Give me a flight and stuff? Absolutely. I agree, too, Huey, that Thudbutt was a worthy successor. I mean, the poor kid. The whole movie, he's resulted to fat jokes, and everybody's making fun of him, but then it's like, you know what? You put up with it. You're the pen now. I love that. That's adorable.
Resentment in Rufio when he first sees the grown-up Peter. He doesn't believe this guy is the pan, and he also is a bit defensive over the title of leader.
Let's see. I got pen sword. I'm the pen now. Think this guy's gonna take it from me, Rufio? God, such a great character. Why don't they incorporate him in more shit? I know it was a Spielberg-made thing, but come on, put him in more stuff. Because I worked with Issac, really just a couple updates regarding the prequels. Where we shot a lot of stuff in the Falcon set. We got all that stuff done for all 3 episodes. We have cast our female lead. We have a female lead handy, who is going to be in the prequel trilogy, and we're gonna get back to filming in next year. We're gonna definitely get back to filming there for sure. Haven't watched. Yeah, I've not watched Squid Game. A lot of people tell me to watch it.
Guy is the pan, and he also is a bit defensive over the title of leader. He was given Peter's sword. It means a lot to him.
Cut that right there. I mean, one thing I have learned too when it comes to reviews is that if I get dinged for a copyright claim, I can just go back and fix it. Which one was Ace? Was he was the one with the hat, the top hat, right? Was he the one that kind of looked like John? Which one's the John or Michael? Which one's the older brother?
It means a lot to him. After Peter gets his memory back, and probably the best scene in the movie, Rufio hands.
Okay, so now we gotta go back to the same scene. Actually, it's funny because I can actually fade this scene, make it look really good. Right here, flies down. I can actually. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a good shot. If you guys also have any tips regarding editing, let me know if you want to see if you got. Here's one thing I will say about editing episodes. If I do more of these editing live streams, if you guys have an idea for a joke, like a clip joke I can add, please do. I always appreciate added humor. Well, I mean, Star Master, Huey Tumor just got his Mighty Kong review claimed with a block, and so he's just got to edit out a certain sequence. But that's the thing, like, there seems to be lately, believe it or not, there's been a bit of a copyright purge the last few days. I know a couple people regarding Toei stuff got claimed, and then Huey got claimed, and a few others. So something's going on with, like, some copyright issues. Yeah, is that the one? Which one is Ace? Which one does Ace resemble, John or Michael? Which one is in the original Peter Pan story, the one with the top hat? Is that John or Michael? I can't remember. I think it was Michael.
After Peter gets his memory back, and probably the best scene in the movie, Rufio hands in the sword of Pan, in quite a powerful moment where the two reconcile and celebrate and triumph together. It's a really good payoff to their initial rivalry, and seeing the two of them celebrate together is great. After Peter gets his memory back, and probably the best scene in the movie, Rufio hands in the sword of Pan. And
you are the pen. John. It was John. Okay, John. Yeah, he reminds me of John. Yeah, it's safe to use still pictures in reviews if you just want to be safe, but I'm going to have the balls and just put clips because I am capable of doing it now a little easier. Hey, JTS Reborn, good to see you. He's the one I'm doing a collab on, guys. Go subscribe to his channel. We're doing this collab together in the review. I cannot wait to see the footage you're putting out on your end, Sean. I'm currently editing your audio clips with the sequence. I think you're going to like how it all comes out.
Powerful moment where the two reconcile and celebrate and triumph together. It's a really good payoff to their initial rivalry.
Kind of not. I do like this. This is the bit I like. I do like this bit. There we go. How nice would it have been if Rufio lived and Pan lived, that they celebrate like in a Return of the Jedi fashion at the end after defeating Hook? That would have been nice. It's like, hey, Jack and Maggie, I know we have to go home, but can we have a party with the Lost Boys? Let's go. I would have loved that. Go all Return of the Jedi. Been awesome. No, it'd be funny if they just play Yub Nub. Yub Nub. Icha. Yub Nub.
It's a really good payoff to their initial rivalry, and seeing the two of them celebrate together is great.
I actually got to meet Dante.
All right, this is where we gotta show the footage of Dante. I actually thought I had put that shit in. I guess not. We're actually down to the last few bits. This is fantastic. 2 hours of editing. That's really good, guys. So where's that photo I have of me and Dante? Let's look that up. it's weird because as much as I love the unaltered versions, I do like the special edition version with the slow jazz. Thanks, JT, guys. Go subscribe to JT as we're born. He's in the chat. He's doing a collab with us. For Yebnub. It's okay. Okay, Christopher Baron. Yeah, that's the last time. I don't know if I'll ever get to cover that, but just last time asking that, alright? Ye be warned. Ye be warned, pirate. Okay, I want to get a hook. Let me see. Do I have clips of Dante? Post-credit. Pretty sure I have those photos. They might be in my Fan Expo photo album. One moment. Yep, there they are. Okay. I gotta go pull those out. Okay. So yeah, you guys get to see my photo of me with Dante Bosco. Right there. Met him. Really nice dude, honestly, Dante. Really nice guy. Love Dante. He's such a nice dude. As cool as I can stick that in the cut. And see, it's funny because I was originally going to see if he wanted to do a cameo. But he was so busy and stuff, I just thought I'd just get a photo. Although, if you ever go meet Dante, guys, he does do cameos, and he does do selfies, and he does do autograph, all for $50 each. So, if you want to get the full package, you can do 150. Really nice dude. Give me 150, 300. That's outrageous. Done. Let's see. Okay, I think we're almost done, guys. I'm just going to kind of... Oh, yeah, we did. It's funny because when I met him, this is a cool story. When I met him, he asked me, he said I had the best Captain Hook cosplay he had ever seen. I said, well, I got it off, reference from homemade movies that he was a part of and so on. And he said, what's your name? And I said, Jack. And at the end of the conversation, he says, pleasure to meet you. And run home, Jack. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Damn it, Dante. You and your puns. He's such a nice dude.
I actually got to meet Dante Bosco recently at Fan Expo Canada in October, and he's such a genuine personality and a really nice guy. If y'all ever get a chance to meet him...
There we go. Okay, we're down to the last stages, guys. Down to the last few steps of tonight's editing. We're almost at 3 hours, so 2.5 hours. That's pretty good. I don't want to add too much of Rufio from the end. I want to take some stuff from later on in the movie. Oh, I know a good scene. I'm going to go back to the dinner scene. Oh, I know. The Pan the Man. Hey, Pan the Man. Right here. There we go. It's too short. God damn it. Let's try. Let's take out the music here. For me, it's 10:26. It's 10:26 at night. All right, I'll just answer this quick little questions. Any expectations on Spider-Man No Way Home? I have heard the rumors. I have heard the leaks. I have seen the leaks. I don't know. I think it's a little overhyped. A little too overhyped. I think everybody needs to relax. We don't want another Phantom Menace on our hands. Okay. Last little bit. And I think I'm going to add a line from him. Anybody got any good lines I can end this bit on? I don't want to do the whole I wish I had a dad like you. I'm going to save that for later. But I need a Rufio line that you guys feel would kind of end my compliments to him, if you guys got one. He doesn't have that much dialogue, but he's got some good ones. Let me just think of his lines. Oh, I know. Eat your heart out, you wrinkled, pinkled, fat hag. There you go. That's a good one.
If y'all ever get a chance to meet him, I'd highly recommend it.
There we go. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got it, guys. I got it. Oh, goddamn, what the fuck are you doing, Clips? Come on. There we go. Oh, fuck. Almost there. I feel it's like almost there. Yeah, eat your heart out, you wrinkled, pinkled, fat peg. That's good. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, that'll do. All right, there we go. And I'm actually going to go to... Yeah, you realize in some areas outside of the dinner scene, Rufio doesn't have much dialogue in the movie. You ever notice that? Like, he's a great character, but he doesn't have much in the way of the dialogue outside of insults and some cool one-liners. I get he's a cool character and you kind of see it visually, but, like, I think the guy needed more dialogue. All right, have a good night, Scott. There we go. Although one of my favorite Robin Williams lines in any movie is when Tank says to him, "You need to be Peter Pan, eat up." And Peter's like this. He says this. Eat what? There's nothing here. Gandhi ate more than this. I love that. It's hilarious. I miss Robin so much. Really nice dude. There we go. And I think this is going to be the end of editing. I'm just going to do this last bit of clips. Just give it a minute to render. See, as the longer I work on them with Pinnacle, the most it's going to take time out of me too. So I got to give it a sec. God, I hope I don't get dinged for this fucking movie. Okay, here we go. So let's just take a look at this like one last time. Just shits and giggles.
I actually got to meet Dante Bosco recently at Fan Expo Canada in October, and he's such a genuine personality and a really nice guy. If y'all ever get a chance to meet him, I'd highly recommend it.
Eat your heart out, you wrinkled, The comedy in this movie is...
Yep, that's the bit. Okay. I think we got it. I think we got most of today. So, yeah, that was really good. I had a really fun time showing you guys kind of the process of editing. It's really slow, but the combination, I actually had fun entertaining you guys as I was editing, give you guys a bit of fun. This is something I might do down the line a bit more in the future whenever I do editing on videos. But, yeah, this was fun. Thank you all so much for, obviously, watching our live streams. I know the rules are a little bit more strict for a few people, and I do apologize on that end, but because of the algorithm not doing so well. We do have to keep the roof up, so we are pulling a bit of what a lot of people are doing on live streams on Twitch, where we're only answering super chat questions. But of course, if you guys have any more questions, let us know in the comments section. We will definitely get back to you on that. Big thank you to GT's Reborn, guys. Go subscribe to the channel. He is helping us in this collaboration on this episode. And on top of that, just, you know, obviously we're going to come back with more of these. Maybe next time I'll do a game episode, because there's a video game I want to show you guys that I was having a really good time with, that I bought, that I think is going to be really fun. So we'll tune in for that hopefully next week. I don't know what's happening. But, of course, support us on Patreon. Just $1 will get you access to all of our content as well as other special features. And if you guys have any questions, want to hand us give some donations and so on, you can. So at this address, Big Jack Films, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. We'd really appreciate it. And a big thank you to Zachary Wren for sending us a donation. You are going to be getting this in the mail. I will send this to you ASAP. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Really do, man. And if you guys want a copy of our movie on VHS, this is like an actual VHS. Like, we have copies of this lying around. Just send us an email or send us a fan letter with the donation. We'll send it to you as soon as possible. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. Tune in tomorrow or midnight or whenever I feel like it. Tomorrow. You're going to be getting a new storyline compilation. If you guys saw my intro as Dragon Ball GT, that is because we are putting out the Dragon Ball Evolution storyline compilation from our 100th episode. That's going to be going out tomorrow. So you guys get to see that. And obviously we've got some Inuyasha vlogs starting up Monday. We got the last 2 vlogs of the season 4. And then we move on to season 5 in 2022 and doing other episodes. So until the next video, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is Big Jack Film signing off, saying thank you all so much for your support. We'll be back. And I know the last 2 years have been pretty tough, but I think we're seeing the end of this. So let's keep smiling. I think we're at the end of this, and we're going to have a lot of fun next year. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Hopefully next week. I will try my best. So until then, take it easy, guys. Night.